Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Uh-huh. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
In a world where creatures of myth and legend exist, a covert task force is charged with keeping humanity safe from supernatural threats. And when young Nancy Moon stumbles into the eternal battle between good and evil, she finds... Oh my god, will you shut up? What's happening? Agent Beckett here. Aren't you tired of stuff like that? Want something different? Roll the tape. Whoops. Sorry about that. That's a song I'm writing for my ex. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Alrighty. Welcome to the world of the mythicals. We have it all. Monsters. Magic. Government agents. He's the strong silent type. This guy. Ugh, gross, dude. Get some kind of cream or something. Lots of 90s style action. Pew pew pew. And that strong female lead alluded to earlier. Not to mention a dashing field commander with a great sense of fashion. Look at those glasses. South River Studios presents The Mythicals, Issue 1. Buy it, if you dare. Ugh, will you can it already? How'd you get free? Now beat it before I lose my cool. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today. Like right now.
Sign up today on Indiegogo.
Yeah, we're here. We're here to do it again. The show-offs with myself and the illustrious Mr. Texas Dave Houston. What's happening?
Hi, Pops. Happy New Year, by the way.
Yes, Happy New Year's. Good to see you, bro. I ain't seen you in a couple of weeks.
No, not since CromCon Europe.
Yeah, which was a good time. A good time had by all. I brought you a guest today. I brought somebody else to bounce books off of, guy. Check it out.
So, yeah.
We have, while you see the different backdrop, one of our sponsors, Thomas Doherty from Committed Comics, is joining us to do this. Yeah.
Hi.
What's up, dude?
Hi, Thomas.
What's going on?
We're okay.
When Thomas asked about doing the show, I kind of like explained what we do and showed him the playlist of the previous shows. And I said, we're doing Daredevil. He goes, oh, I'm in.
I don't have a ton of Daredevil stuff, but I do have like interesting, like oddball stuff. And then I also pulled a couple of Elektra because, let's be honest, it's kind of the same universe,
Yeah. This is what I was going to say. I'll say you will notice that my Daredevil stuff starts right before Elektra.
Right.
Okay, because I didn't really care about Daredevil until
until Miller.
storyline started with Bullseye and all that.
Yeah.
So, what can I tell you? But I do have some good stuff. I think, though, because it was Dave's choice, I'm going to let Dave start. What do you think, Dave? What do you got for us?
Yeah, that sounds good. But just before we start, Pops, I just wanted to show you a cover from a comic that I got way back in the 60s. And this is what got me into reading Marvel Comics.
Oh, look at
This
that.
this was a reprint of some of the early stories like Thor, Iron Man, and the X-Men, as you can see.
Beautiful.
That was the front cover.
Fantastic. From a power comic. Power comic.
Yeah, it's the
Instead
overseas
of a Marvel
licensing.
comic, it was a Marvel comic. It was a power comic.
Yeah, it was part of the overseas licensing deal. So
Yeah,
Dave, I got a question for you. So obviously there's a slight accent. I didn't go back and watch all of them, so therefore, because you guys had quite a couple of episodes and they were kind of lengthy, as good episodes should be. So, and I see the very impressive backdrop that you have there of all the omnibuses and insane amount of stuff.
Yeah.
Where did you start collecting? Like, what was your time frame that you started and why?
Well, like I just mentioned before, this issue of Fantastic. I saw this in the newsagents back
Right.
in 1967, and I would be what I was about. I was 13.
Okay.
I was 13 years old when I
Perfect
first
age.
bought this. So I've been reading and collecting comics basically ever since then. These are some of the other covers that they did.
So
Some of the early covers.
do you still have some of those books that you bought back in the late 60s?
No, I don't. I'm
No.
afraid not the British ones, but
Right.
I do have some from the 60s and 70s originals.
Mhm.
But these are all the covers from the British ones back in the
Yeah.
day. So
Very
I
cool.
do have a few of the Marvel comics, from the 70s, which are quite good. But I'll just start off with this, seeing as we're talking about Daredevil today. This is a comic book index that was published back in, when was it?
Early 80s, I think.
1982.
Yep.
1982. So that's the front cover. That's the back cover.
So the funny thing is, I actually have that. I have no idea where it is.
Oh, right. Okay.
I found my X-Men. They did an X-Men version of that, and I found that one when I was looking.
Yeah.
And they also did a Spider-Man one, and I found that one. But I'm like, I know I have the Daredevil one. Where the hell is it? But
Well,
couldn't find it.
this is my copy that I've only just bought again recently because I did have it originally, but I sold it.
Thomas, it's at the bottom of your reading stack.
Probably.
I decided to buy it back.
Yeah, probably in the bottom of my stacks. That's definitely for sure.
So, one of my favorite artists who drew Daredevil back in the 60s and 70s was Gene Colan.
Yep.
So, I've got some of his Daredevil work in this little book, which I thought you might like to see.
Is that an oversized?
These
No, it's just
dude, he has everything.
it's kind of comic book size, really.
Oh, okay. It looked like it was 11 by 14. It looked like it was a little bit longer. Huh.
Yeah,
Nice.
it may be slightly longer, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's much longer.
Yeah. So it's probably like an 8 by 10 or something like that.
So I'm just going to find a few pages for
Stuff he
you.
pulled out, Thomas, is crazy, dude. He's got so much cool stuff.
There we go.
Yep.
It's a nice black and white panel.
Yep. That's nice.
Is that?
It's Bullseye, baby.
Yeah. Gene Colan was one of those effortless artists, which was just like infuriating.
Well, that is a commission drawing. That one. That's a commission drawing.
Yeah.
By Gene Colan.
That's nice.
Bullseye and Daredevil, as you can see.
Gotta love that stuff. Gotta love it.
And then this is another one, another black and white one.
Yep.
Really nice artwork.
Yeah, they had the Marvel traveling exhibit recently in Seattle.
Right.
It's gone down to San Diego for a little bit at the Comic-Con Museum, and they had
Right.
a couple of original Gene Colan pages and covers.
Very nice.
Yeah, just looking at his line work is incredible.
Yeah. So these are some of the early issues, as you can see.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
It's quite nice. And we've got some original art again on these pages, black and white.
With the text on there, does it give like a little bit of backstory on what the art, like where it went, or where, like where?
Yeah. There's some basic information about the stories and the art. There's a bit from Herb Trimpe.
Nice.
Just having a look to see what else there is. Some more examples. Some pencil art there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nice pencil art.
Is that Stiltman? Yeah.
And some more of that. Stiltman, yeah.
Yep. What a useless character. It was very, very classic 60s Marvel. Like, let's just take something really simplistic.
Well, that's it. That's it.
Nice.
So
That's
you
cool.
can see the example of pencils and then it's been inked as well, which is quite nice.
Yeah, and then the final. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice little book. Nice little book, this. So, and then it goes on to Doctor Strange, but we'll leave that one for
Who
now.
published it? Was it a Marvel publisher, or was it one of their conjunction like IDWs?
Let me just see. It was published by. It publishes a one shot by Marvel.
Oh, okay. Good job, Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2009. It was. Was
Okay.
it 2009?
I think that predated their Visionaries hardcover line. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
ever
it
seen
might
it.
have done.
Yeah, so it looks like it predated that because it has a different format and layout.
Yeah, it was actually published, I think, in. I'm trying to see whether there's different dates on it, so I'm not sure. But, I'll just show you that one before I go on to something else.
Nice.
It's just a combination of various characters he did.
Yep.
Dracula, Iron Man.
Love the Dracula. Does Iron Man have a nose there? He does. Good grief.
He does, doesn't he?
I thought Bob Layton was the only one who slapped a nose on Iron Man.
Oh man, that's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So anyway, moving on to Daredevil. This is my first issue at the moment because I am actually in the process of selling these. So any previous to 221, I've kind of sold most of them.
Right.
So I
Nice.
thought we'd just start with that one.
Very cool.
This is from what year would this be? Let me just check. 1986.
Okay. Yeah.
1986, that one. That's the next issue.
Nice. Yeah, they had some good. I mean, I think. Let's see, who was writing it at that time? Was that Gerber?
Let me have a look and see. Writer. Danny O'Neill, scripter.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Danny O'Neill.
Yeah.
That's next issue.
I always love that cover. It's just very basic.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not too cluttered, is it? It's
Yeah.
quite simple and effective.
A lot of work, though.
Yeah.
Quite simple and effective.
Yep.
There's another one. I'm trying to not get the glare of the lights.
Yeah.
If you
It's
tilt,
tricky when when they're in bags.
see, if you tilt back, then it eliminates it.
Yep.
That's it. Just tilt it back a bit, Pop said.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yeah, that's the same that's Dave, what was it? Mazzucchelli, the same guy who did Batman Year One. Obviously many years before Batman Year One, but yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah. I'd forgotten that he had a whole run on Daredevil stuff
Right.
during that time. Yeah, you can see his very long last name at the bottom there.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. It is a very long name, that.
Yep.
That's it. And this is one with the old Twin Towers on it.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's a nice collector's element
Yeah.
there. Collector's item. Definitely worth picking up from Dave if someone's looking to buy it. Which is funny because Miller wrote Year One too, didn't he? Or am I just going crazy?
I'm not sure.
Let me goggle that real quick. And Yeah.
Purgatory.
yeah, it was So
Yeah.
Batman Year One was written by Frank and drawn by Dave. So this is like where they made their early bond,
Right.
do that groundbreaking work on Batman there.
Look, it's
Yeah.
Becca.
Pariah.
Yeah, which is interesting because that means they went from Daredevil, was a character that has a little bit of powers, not a tremendous amount, to Batman, which kind of like almost seems to work.
And I think this is the one that Pop showed before.
Yeah, that's the one. That's it, right?
Yep, Born Again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Except the difference is,
Oh, you got the newsstand, Pops.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got
Got the direct.
sometimes I get both.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's funny. It's like up until recently, no one cared about the different variances.
Mm.
Like you had to be a really detailed collector to care whether or not you got the newsstand and directs. And most people actually wanted the directs up until recently because it was cooler, little UPC box instead of just having a regular barcode. You had Spider-Man's face, or you had, the Hulk, or some kind of piece of artwork there.
But it's a bit like in the UK. In the 70s, they changed it from cents to pence.
Yeah.
On the covers.
And then they also, and a lot of them, they still had the 30 pence and the 35 pence, I think. Like they had the different price things on the same books at times, depending on when it was shipped out. So that's
right. I shall let somebody else pop in for a few minutes now that I've got up to that one.
I'll let the guest take the next shot.
All right. Well, you started with 221, and so I'll go a little bit earlier. I'll go 190. Let me see if I get my camera right. There you go.
There you go.
The Resurrection of Elektra.
Mhm.
Written by Frank Miller and drawn by Klaus Janson, who's been well known to be Miller's inker.
Yeah.
He actually did the straight up pencil duties on that one, which was cool.
Didn't he also do the original 4-issue Gambit series?
Klaus, I don't know if he did Gambit.
I think he did.
So. He might have done the inks on that.
Yeah,
he might have done the inks on that.
He definitely had something to do with him and Clay.
because he's definitely been more of an inker, over time and stuff like that. I mean, he's definitely done pencils, and he can do traditional, amazing pencils. And then you started off with the index. So I have the Daredevil Chronicles one, which was done. This was printed by Fantico Enterprises.
Right.
It was,
I don't think I've seen that one before.
Yeah. So these were really weird. They had a couple of them that came out, and all they are is just. It has a couple of interviews. So this is like a Frank Miller interview with some examples of the stuff that he did during that time frame. And then it's just like weird pinups and stuff. So that's Miller and Klaus Janson. And then it just also just went into other weird interviews. It was just kind of strange. It was kind of like it was almost like a fanzine, but I think it was one step above a fanzine.
Yeah.
So you have like just random pinups by, that's Joe Staton pinup, So these are great to bring to, like, I used to bring these a lot to the shows in the early 90s, you know, because you would have like a whole bunch of different pinup artists in here, and then you could just get them to sign different pages, you know. I'm trying to think of, so here's like a whole interview with Denny O'Neil and an Elektra Frank Miller piece. But yeah, it's just a weird little thing.
Very interesting.
Yeah, when was this printed? It's 82.
All right.
Yeah. So, you know, they also talk about like the very beginning, Daredevil and Wally Wood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When he had the black and yellow costume.
That's right.
Yeah. I think that was up until what, issue 6. And then he turned over to the red costume.
He did.
Yep. So yeah, so they show you the other ones. So they also have they have one for the X-Men and Fantastic Four. And it's just weird little interviews and oddball pinups and stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen those before, I must admit.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the back cover there.
Oh, that's nice.
A very, very classic, you know, Twin Towers, New York skyline.
Yeah, it's a nice cover, that.
Yeah. I know, and you know the funny part is I don't even know where that was used, if ever. You know, like I'm wondering if it was kind of like the Gene Colan one. You know, it had a couple of commissions.
Yeah, it might have been a commission.
Yeah, because they don't really list out where. They just give the credits, you know, of who did.
Yeah.
You know, the pieces, and says wraparound cover by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson. So, but you know, it's like where was this actually used, if anywhere? You know. One thing that's very funny at the very back of this thing, they have the 2 Daredevils. That's the Golden Age Daredevil and then the Modern Age Silver Age Daredevil, which the Golden Age Daredevil is now public domain. It's my understanding.
Right.
So, and then I picked this one up recently. It was just in a comic store, kind of in their magazine bin section, and it's an Italian Daredevil.
Ah.
And it's just called The Devil or Super Devil. It's just so weird. And it's very funny. So it actually
Devil that just is so that's just weird, man.
Yeah. I mean, I love my new thing now is finding foreign books in different languages because it's just interesting to see what they've grabbed and what they've done. So this one contains issues 99 to 100. Which also has like Black Widow and Hawkeye. You know, I was trying to figure out who did the pencils on this. So I think apparently this issue, I think it's done all by Sid Shores. So I haven't had a chance to look up who did all the art chores on 99.
Right.
But they list Sid as I'm assuming it's illustrator. I don't speak Italian. Sorry. But the script is by Steve Gerber. And Roy was the editor. And then Sam Kowinski, which I don't know who Sam Kowinski is, but yeah, Sid Shores was not traditionally a penciler from my understanding. And then they went into issue 100 has Scarlet Witch and Magneto with art by Don Heck and Steve Englehart story. And then 101 has Steve Gerber and Gene Colan. And it's got Daredevil. There's a whole bunch of mobsters. I'd be interested to see, like, pick up one of the, you know, like the omnibuses or reprint books to see if the colors, you know, how they printed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's so many times you see reproductions and reprints and it's just completely different and weird. But then they also have issue 101 ends off with Anglar the Screamer.
That's right.
Again, such a wonderful character.
Well, talking of foreign comics, this is the only foreign comic I actually have.
Oh, Spider-Man with Punisher?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird. They didn't color in Nightcrawler.
No.
That's so weird. Does it tell you what issues that it contains?
That's from Marvel Team Up, I think.
Is it? Yeah.
I can't remember. I know
I'm
I
not
have.
sure. I can't just remember myself. That's the Splash
I know I
page.
have that story. I think it crosses over actually between Marvel Team Up and Amazing Spider-Man, maybe. But I have that story because it's one of those Spidey has to make a choice. You know,
Right, of course,
save
yeah.
the people in the falling tram, or I
Right.
remember the story well. So,
Yeah.
But I think they certainly changed some of the colours though, apart from Spider-Man's costume. Some of the background colours,
Right.
to be a bit different.
So what is it? What language is that? Did you say?
It's is that Italian?
I think so. The only reason I even knew that Daredevil was because it actually even said copyright Italy or printed in Italy, and I was like, oh, it must be Italian.
Where is it? Maybe Spanish. Is it Spanish? I don't know.
I speak bad English and even worse English, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's the last page anyway there.
Oh, hold up. Where are you at?
Oh, there you go. Plazo.
Some funny little drawings on the back page.
Yeah, that's an ad or something like that. So that was the weird thing with foreign reprints.
Might be French.
Yeah, foreign reprints. They just keep doing weird stuff. Like they would stick in like a random page because they had an extra page.
Yeah.
To fill, and they're just like, well, let's stick it in there. Because I remember I saw a lot of the DC books. They would literally print like 2 pages of the next issue, and then that's it. And they would never, in the next issue, they may never come back to that story, because it was just filler pages. So, and then I got a couple a little bit more modernized stuff. I got a nice Man Without Fear.
Oh, the autograph! Look at that.
Autographed by Al Williamson and John Romita Jr.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, that makes my show and my man just like okay. No.
Well, and this was sealed, so I can't even open it up to get rid of the glare.
No, see, that's beautiful though. I love when people do that, but I tell people to send us an extra sticker so that we can open it up, but then seal it back up so it looks good.
Yeah. So this is actually, it's funny.
Or to change bags.
Yeah.
You still want a new seal for your new bag, but you don't want to do the same bag.
Over here, it's actually stamped numbered.
Yeah.
So there was only 2,500 of these, and this is 2257.
Nice.
Of limited edition treasures, which I don't even think that company is even still around anymore, which is hysterical. Probably not. So why don't you pop up a couple there, Pops?
All right. I will. I'm saving the good stuff for last.
Yeah.
But because that's the kind of guy I am. But we have just random pull out the drawer of the filing cabinet.
Nice.
There's number 166. Remember when they used to ruin the good with the big old stupid banners?
Yeah.
Which giveaway was that? The 250 or the 2,000 details inside?
No, it was just this Marvel comic could be worth $2.
No, but usually it was because of either like there were like a Marvel stamp giveaway type of thing, or there was some kind of contest or something stupid inside.
Let's see, because those are the kind of things that I totally ignored. I'm gonna have to grab my glasses. So,
yeah, because when you're a kid, you don't care. I mean, you want to read the story.
Well, that's it exactly.
Yeah,
and those big old banners would just make me angry. It's like, why are you doing that? I don't care about.
Yeah, I didn't like it when they put all those banners on the top.
That's when they started turning everything into the collector, right? Instead of
that was. A lot of those ones were for advertisers. So basically, there's an advertisement in there to where they're doing some kind of contest or giveaway. And that was the way they wanted people to buy more of that book, to have more people see that advertiser's ad. That's how they increased it. And so, because I know there were times where it would be the same or a similar.
That's why it's a Mark Jeweler.
There you go. Mark Jewelers. So that's actually a variant version now.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the star on the front of it until just now. See up there in the corner where the star is by the 50 cent?
Yeah.
Come on, focus, you stupid camera. Don't look at me. Look at the damn comic book.
There you go. Yep. Is that
Yeah,
that's,
see
so
it.
that's
Star right there. Yeah, I didn't notice that too.
yeah. See? So now the nice thing with that is I'm seeing a ton of books. If you send that thing get graded, that's actually a note on there. Is that it has a Mark Jewelers ad inside. Like that's a big, much like the newsstand and the direct that we were talking about before. That's now a new collectible element to it, which is very funny because
the Mark Jewelers been around for a while. Those they only went to like military bases.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I think all of the books had. I think every copy of 166 had that. Like, So I guess it depends on whether or not the people pulled out the ad to try to get the $2,500, right? Like,
well, I don't know. I don't see where it's like says anything about anything anywhere in this comic about winning $2,500 or how this book. Oh, here we go.
Pops is like, I want my money.
Here we go. This is it. This is it right here. This
okay.
Mighty Marble, win yourself some big bucks
contest. Huh. Yeah. That's interesting.
And there's also look at that. We got a Spider-Man stamp, dude.
Yep. I knew it had something to do with the stamps and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
There's a Spider-Man stamp in there. Yeah, this one that might be worth more than I thought it was. That book.
That's right. You're welcome, Pops. Made you open it up. You wouldn't have opened it otherwise.
I remember going through and rebagging these all and putting them all in resealables, but I didn't have time to look at them. I was rebagging them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we got number 204, Crossbow. He aims to kill you.
Green Arrow knockoff for sure.
Dun, dun, dun. Look at that Crossbow.
Definitely.
I wonder if there was any kind of lawsuit for that. That's interesting.
Similar colors.
Like him, doesn't he?
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, it's clearly a Green Arrow knockoff.
Number 205, The Night of Gale.
Gale. Huh.
No idea, but okay.
Yeah.
And of course, we already saw number 230. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And
then
nice.
We'll jump 10 more into the future. Number 240.
240.
It doesn't say who he's messing with, but somebody with a knife about to shank him.
240, you say? I got the Marvel database pulled up. Let me see here. Let me see who. Rot Gut.
must be a friend of Carry On's.
It's
Watch out though. Then they got serious. Man, these glasses. Then they got serious. The Nameless One, because they couldn't figure out a name for.
I thought the Nameless One was used in Doctor Strange back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the coming of the Nameless One, and let's see, 263. 263. I don't know, some kind of mummy dude. Yeah.
63. Let me see. Oh, that's the John Romita Jr. That was Inferno crossover.
Right.
Ah, yes, of course.
Yep. So that means it had to be Mephisto and Typhoid Mary during that time frame. So that was funny. That was when I really noticed John Romita Jr.'s art was that story arc for Daredevil, and I think from there he went to X-Men or vice versa. I can't remember which way he went, but because he also did. I remember that very classic cover of Juggernaut and Colossus fighting in the bar, and Nightcrawler and Wolverine are in the background just drinking, and that was John Romita Jr. like big power and that kind of stuff. So I can't remember which way he went from that, but those two, that cover there and that cover for the X-Men, stick in my mind because I think I remember seeing them on the spinner rack and I was like, that's cool,
Now this one, you'll see we got Caicedo, Mac, Ross, Morales, Palmiotti. Okay. This is the Daredevil Without Fear, Elektra. Obviously. Okay.
That's the Marvel Knights imprint series, I think, Pops.
And Daredevil 15.1. See, they got all stupid with all the. They should have just left everything alone.
Yeah, they also changed the numbers at one time back to number 1, then changed them back again to the original.
That's what I
numbering.
mean. They need to just put
Yeah.
that stuff.
So what they did during that time frame, so they were going off of trying to reboot everything for the Heroes Reborn type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they realized that there was more value in the longevity of characters, they started to do the split numbering with the legacy title.
Yeah, I remember
legacy numbering, which kept them all in line. And then they eventually stopped with the split numbering and just went straight with the legacy ones.
Mm.
I think something from the copyright and something like that. So that's what number was that, Pops?
That was number 12 of the Marvel Knights.
So that's, what was that, like the second or third Echo, I think?
The Marvel Knights.
Yeah, so that's the Echo. That's an early Echo appearance.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she showed up at 10 was her first appearance. So
a little bit of abstract Kingpin art. I like this.
Yep.
Palmiotti again.
Yep. Death of the Kingpin type of thing. Let's tell that story 8 million times over in Daredevil.
You bet. Marvel Knights number 13, and then jumps way forward to number 33 just because I like this cover with all the Daily Bugle all over the ground.
Who's right now? Oh no, Bendis.
Yeah.
And Alex Maleev. Yeah. Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah. Who is Matt Murdock? Matt Murdock and Peter Parker have been exposed 1 billion times over.
Yes.
You know.
And they still don't know who they are.
Right, yeah. And they still have secret identity somehow.
That's number 34. I don't want to go too far into this because I'll get into the stuff I don't want to show yet. I got to make sure where my mark is.
Okay. There you go. So then pull Dave up again, and then you can show off some.
Do we got time for? I think we got time for 3 segments each, or 3 segments each. You think?
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Dave, do it.
Well, I found one issue of the original comic.
Oh, nice.
I'd forgotten I had.
Oh, check it out. There you go, people. That's why we're here, right there.
With so Dave, with those old British ones, is it just one story or is it?
No, you got 3 stories in one issue.
Okay. Oh, look at that Kirby! Beautiful Kirby pinup. Beautiful.
Powerhouse pinup instead of a Marvel pinup.
That's funny. Nice. So, what are the 3 stories in there? Obviously, it's Cyclops and probably Fantastic Four.
Well, you've got the Avengers.
And they're in color too. Nice.
Now, these were actually published in black and white. I colored this in back in the
You colored them
60s.
in. Nice. That's so cool. So those all crayon.
I actually used felt tip watercolor pens.
Oh, jeez.
So the only colors that I knew were the costumes of the characters.
Right.
So
right.
all the background colors I just made up.
So that's probably what the colors were doing back in the 60s as well. So don't feel bad.
Well, that's it. So I think I did quite well with these, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know.
The fact that you were able to use something that didn't bleed through, you were smart enough to use something that didn't bleed.
Well, luckily the paper used was quite thick.
Was thick, yeah. I have a couple of UK reprints and stuff like that. And so yeah.
Luckily, like it didn't show through to the other side. So
nice.
So I was able to color each and every page.
I'm sure that was plenty of Sunday afternoons, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
And then you had the X-Men as well in this issue.
Huh. That's cool. Is it the Shadow of Doomsday?
Yeah, the Sinister Shadow of Doomsday.
That's funny.
A couple more pages.
Yeah.
So all this coloring I did myself. It took me a while to do it.
Oh yeah.
But I think it kind of worked.
Yeah, it works well. It's obviously the imagination of a child there, So that's cool.
Huh. I'd say one of the best ones I coloured in was this Doctor Strange story, though.
The Three Faces of Doom. So yeah, so unfortunately, years later, you would come to find out that the Living Tribunal was actually supposed to be gold, not green. But green works. I mean, if you're a kid, you got a limited color palette.
Yeah.
So
I tried to make sure that I wasn't using two similar colours next to each other as well.
right.
When I was
So if
choosing.
the majority of books that you were getting during that time were black and white, were you just getting the color references for the characters from the covers?
No, I was getting the references from some of the Marvel comics of the time.
Oh, okay. So the Marvel comics were coming over to the UK in color.
Yeah.
And then they also
right.
had a secondary licensing agreement with Power. That's weird.
Yeah. And
That's
then this
strange.
was the final story. This was the
there you
final
go.
story that was in.
Nice Kirby Thor. That's also, isn't that the origin of Galactus?
No, it was the colonizers, I think.
That's not...
I think it's the colonizers, the Tanya Nile. I think.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then that was another page. The pages.
That's neat. Oh, you left the Kirby pinup or the Kirby collage alone.
Yeah.
So grayscaled, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't attempt to color that one in.
How could you?
And
right?
The final story was the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay.
So you got four.
And that was a Herb. That looks like a Herb story, right? Herb Trimpe.
Yeah, I think it's a Herb Trimpe story.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like Kirby's Hulk. Huh.
So I had plenty of panels to have a go at anyway.
Yeah, plenty of things to color in there, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's cool. That is very cool.
I just thought I'd show you that one while I had it to hand.
Yeah.
So, getting back to Daredevil, like we were doing. It's 231.
231. Yep. Nice.
So, have you got a database, Tom, that you can refer to for credits and things?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've got the Marvel guide pulled up, which tells me, gives me a brief rundown. Where'd it go? I think I just lost it. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, but a lot of them I actually just remember just because I bought them way back in the day,
Well, I mean, I bought all these when they were first published.
Yeah.
So I've managed to look after them in all the time I've had them. So
yeah. Yep. What was that? Madcap, I think his name was.
Who's that?
Madcap, I think that character's name was.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I think. Let me see. Yep, Madcap and Dollar Bill.
Gotta love the hat. You gotta love the hat, though. You got to.
Yeah, the hat's cool, isn't it? Yeah.
The fact that I remember that character's name is fucking shocking.
That's great because see, that shows that some of the stuff they did actually wasn't bad and probably had longevity, and they just passed so many good. They passed so many good villains behind, and
yeah,
sometimes put ones up in the front that Shriek.
Yeah.
Come on, Shriek. I don't want to hear Shriek.
25th anniversary cover. Nice Frank Miller 25th anniversary. That was a big deal.
We got all those. We got a bunch of those.
Oh, do you have all those ones there?
I got a bunch of those. I don't actually have the Daredevil one, but I have a lot of them.
Yeah. So that just to let you know, that Fantastico book that you had with the Thor towards the tail end, that was one of the early Hercules appearances.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, so that's what that was. Yep. Mutant Massacre. The Mutant Massacre continues.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep, with Sabretooth, and that was who was the penciler on that one? Oh, Sal Buscema and Steve Leoli. Steve doing inks. So
Rot Gut was here. There you go.
Rot Gut came back. Remember that one
Yeah.
with the knife that you were
Yeah.
like, I don't know who was fighting. It was some knife guy. That was Rot Gut. So he has returned according to the tagline there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's a character that needed to come back and make a second
That's
appearance.
the one that Pops just showed a little while back.
With Rot Gut. So that means,
Yeah.
you know, so that must have, so I wonder when Rot Gut first showed up then. Now, see, now we need to know. Let me find out where Rot Gut's first appearance was. It's his first appearance was 239. So literally, the issue that said Rot Gut is back was his first appearance. Oh no, it says Rot Gut was here. Okay, that made more sense. I thought it said Rot Gut is back, and I'm like, this was his first appearance. That makes no sense.
There was another Crom appearance just showed up in my inbox.
Yeah.
This happens to me a lot. Where somebody will send me a piece of art.
Yeah.
That, makes me giggle.
Yeah.
Because they know that they know I love it when they show me Crom, right?
Right, yeah.
So this one just hit my inbox. You guys are gonna love this.
Voodoo.
Check this out. Look at the wanted poster.
That's funny.
FBI's most wanted. Crom.
Claws everywhere.
Yeah, it's good that.
He's multi-universal.
There you go. Yeah.
The Black Panther. The
Yeah.
good bad.
The Black Panther.
Yeah. What is that? 249?
245, that one.
245?
Yeah.
It's gonna bug me. I need to know who did the cover because that's Al Milgrom. That explains it.
The good, the bad, and the blind.
Yeah.
I wonder where they got that title from.
Yeah.
This is 246.
Nice. Chance, who then made another appearance in Spider-Man during McFarlane's
Yeah, I think he did.
that was during McFarlane's run. That was 298. Chance showed up, I think it was. 297. It was right before Venom. Yep, and there's a Black Widow in her ridiculous gray leotard costume, which I never understood.
I didn't like that costume for Black
No.
Widow. I preferred her original costume, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the original costume was more of a. I mean, the only thing with that one, it had the widow insignia on her breast there. So, what is that? 249?
248.
248. So,
248.
yep. Rick Leonardi. I was gonna be like, that has a very cloak and dagger look to it. And Rick did all the pencils on that. So,
This is 249.
yep, with Wolverine. All the mutants crossover. So,
Yeah.
nice.
Fall of the Mutants. There you go.
Oh, it's coming. So it hadn't actually started yet.
Yeah.
It says Fall of the
It's
Mutants coming.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a weird miniseries or weird crossover series, I should say.
So this
So, yeah.
is issue 250.
Yep, Romita Jr. I think Romita, I think, was doing everything on that point, right? Oh, no, Al Williamson was still inking him. Written by Ann Nassetti. I met her at Emerald City a couple years ago. She was super nice.
Right, I'll pass you over to Tom.
All right.
Sure, Pops.
There we
Yeah.
go. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit towards when Pops was showing his stuff. So I got the Wizard 1/2 for Daredevil.
There you
go.
Auto run. And, came with the the Wizard 1/2, which, half the people probably don't even know what Wizard is anymore, other than a failed convention company.
I've had a Wizard.
So then I go into the Marvel Knights era. So I like this cover by Dave Mack and Joe Quesada, and Mack was writing the series, writing and drawing, I believe. I had all of the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and like the whole Echo storyline, which he appeared, but then I just recently sold them at a convention that I was set up at. But it was funny because I've known Dave Mack for years at this point, so I have almost everything he's ever done that I've bought signed by him. Because every time I see him, I just bring him a whole bunch of stuff signed. So the guy was like, "Well, I can't authenticate these autographs, and so I'm gonna have to, can I get some money off?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, I know Dave. I literally went and saw him and had him sign these, And I'm like, they're legit. And he's like, "Oh, but I can't get them graded." I go, "Well, that's your problem." It's like I have the book because I like them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So then I'll take this one out. This is 16 of the Marvel Knights series with Dave Mack doing all the art chores and Brian Michael Bendis writing it. And again, signed by Bendis and Mack. There's Mack's signature there. Bendis is up there.
Very nice. Huh?
So, yeah, this was a very interesting story. It was just, I don't know if you guys ever went back and actually read that whole series and stuff, but it was just very strange. It's like Brian Michael Bendis usually does very kind of almost straightforward stories, but these ones on Daredevil, I think he was like, "Let's take some hallucinogens and write a story." Because again, I mean, they're wacky, they're great, they're the artwork on is incredible. So this is number 17. I mean, Dave just like knocked it out of the park with these issues. But the story is just wonky as heck. So this is the one where the kid's reading Daredevil on the cover. Again, signed by Mack and Bendis.
Very nice too.
I've got the nice advantage that Bendis used to. I don't think he currently lives in Portland. He used to live in Portland. I know up in Seattle, so he was almost always at the Portland shows that I'd go down to. And since I didn't have to fly to those ones, I could bring as many books as I wanted as I drive down. So I'd bring a whole, stack of books. Not that there was any shortage of what Bendis was doing, And so I get it signed. And then the last little Daredevil book that I have is a weird crossover, which I had totally forgotten that this even existed. And I saw it on a Facebook comic book auction, recently. And I was like, I remember that. I want that. And it's Daredevil and She.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and I think, if I remember correctly, I think this was during the time frame that Crusade Entertainment was doing the choose your own adventure books from Marvel. They were very thick books, and it was almost all text with a couple of pictures. Right. And Crusade had the license to do that, and so I think that's how this came about.
Billy,
yeah.
Hey, Billy.
So it's a story by Christopher Golden, Peter Guedes, Tom Snuggie, and Bill Tucci. And
that's why I'm yelling at Billy. Yo, Billy!
And it's got it's an interesting little story thing, I mean, it's a logical crossover between the two, which I always kind of like. I like it when it's a logical crossover between them instead of
Although I think they should have gone ahead and brought Elektra into that story and had the girls fight for him or something. Had her go to protect her man or something, made it fun.
Well, I was going to say, Tom, the only comic I have autographs on is this one.
What's that one? Oh, nice. How many people are on that freaking thing?
This is most of the cast of Babylon 5.
Babylon 5? Wow.
And I can't authenticate any signature.
Right.
Because I just got them to autograph the cover at a convention I went to back in the 90s.
Did you get Margene Holden on that?
I don't think I got any of the artists or writers. I just got the cast.
Margene Holden was our guest on the Horror Club show last week. She actually did a part in Babylon.
Oh, right. Well,
yeah.
We've got Jason Carter.
She's part of the madness. We could probably get her to sign that thing too for you, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mira Furlan.
Very cool.
Bruce Boxleitner, Jeff Conway.
Dude. Good
That
stuff.
Sure,
that is cram packed. I mean, I have
It's got
I have
everybody.
something like that that's
Ed
signed.
Rosa,
I have a Battlestar Galactica box set that has
Bill
like
Mooney.
just as many signatures on it all over the box. But that's crazy. That's super.
Yeah, I was going to say there's quite a few signatures on there.
Yeah. So now you got to do is you got to go to a show where the creator writer. Why am I drawing?
Yeah, Straczynski,
Straczynski's at.
Netzer, and Lee.
Yeah.
The names on the cover.
You gotta find a show where Straczynski's at and get him to sign that thing.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I remember that series when it came out. So
yeah, I just thought I'd show you that one. Right, carry on.
So well, that does it for my books of Daredevil. I've got a print, but I'll show that afterwards. And then I got, like I said, I pulled up one or two Elektra things just to showcase. Look at that! Look at Billy, MegaCon, 2014. Is that the program?
It's little known that I also collect con programs.
Oh, let's not go there, Pops. I got giant boxes.
That's what I'm saying. I have a drawer that's just.
Yeah, I started actually pulling
programs.
It was from the programs of the shows I've actually exhibited at. So I'm listed in every single one of the programs.
Are too big to stand up in here. So you got to lay them down. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Well, I got them in not a comic book box or a magazine box. I got them in an actual brown box.
Now, this is my filing cabinet, top drawer over here. But some of them are too tall for the drawer, so you have to, lay them down. But they're in plastic.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
They're well protected. I have a bunch of them, though. I was going to pull out the Denver, Colorado one, but I'm not sure exactly where it is.
Which year on that one?
Let's see. I want to say 2017 or 2018, but Troy Hudson sent me that program, but it's got Kevin Eastman. It's got, Brian Pulido, Marat Michaels, all that crowd signed that thing, man. It's nice. So there's like 13 or 14 or 15 signatures on the front of that. All them Pulido people, all them sworn fiends, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I have like this Marvel Knights Daredevil run, like all the way to who knows. But I just pulled out a few of the. I don't want to go through the whole stinking run. I just pulled out a few of the covers that I like.
Yeah.
So this one is number 35 with, Spidey trying to console my boy, because feelings and shit.
Alex Malee. So I had a chance to see some of Alex Malee's originals, and it's like the amount of detail that he puts into those pages when they print is completely lost. Like so much detail and texture and like weird, pen strokes and stuff. It's incredible.
So this one, you got Murdoch looking at his glasses and seeing an upside down reflection of Daredevil.
Stylistically, that's beautiful. Like that's really.
I mean, is he like seeing Daredevil standing in front of him, or it's like that's the impression I would get. I mean? Looking at that, so I kind of thought that one was interesting. Dun, dun, dun. Ghost Daredevil. Oh, I mean. I don't freaking know what they're doing.
Dare Rider? What's going on here?
I don't know what they're doing here, bro. But number 48, hardcore. Okay.
Part 3 of 5.
Now, this one, I'm not sure if you got your little database handy. Would you tell me if that's Gambit?
49
off with?
Might be with the cards.
I would have to assume so, but let's see.
Because you never know with the newer,
Yep.
Kind of looks like it might be.
Yeah, but that also could be a red herring, right?
Yeah, exactly. It could be one of those. Yeah, not really. See, psych. Number 49 is what that is, Tom.
49. Why did I literally type in? That's the Marvel database is on crack. I've now come to.
Yeah. Hardcore, number 4 of 5.
Yeah. So
I mean, because if you look at the one before that, it didn't give you any indication of who he's messing with. It just looks like freaking Ghost Rider. I don't know. I'd hate to have to go read this stuff just to find out what the hell it's supposed to be.
God forbid you read it. You know what the funny thing is?
That's the whole idea, isn't it?
When you get a collection, when you buy a collection of a couple thousand books, all at once, and you database it and put it away, it takes a while to get through it all. And sometimes you find, just like I found that Mark Juller. Okay, this is probably the first time I've gone through these Daredevils other than to bag and board them.
So here's a thing that is not Gambit. That is his old buddy Bullseye, which makes a little bit more sense.
Of course,
right? The trading cards.
See,
he can use anything as a weapon.
Yeah.
Bullseye.
So, but that's the whole point, right? So I guarantee you, everybody when they saw it on the shelf thought it was Gambit,
and they bought it.
Yeah. So
okay, so here you go.
Echo again.
Echo. The hand. Don't forget the hand.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Hand, if it's your time and we're here too, doesn't that make it our time?
Stop it.
So there you go, number 52, just staying in that storyline right there. More Echo.
Yeah.
Number 55.
So, but hold on a second. So by that point, who's doing the pencils? So Dave's not drawing it anymore, right? Or
he's got his name all over the top of it.
So that means he's drawing and writing it at that point. Okay, so he must have left and then come back because Alex Maleev was doing a whole bunch during that time frame. So that's interesting.
So then we got
Rosario.
Okay.
Good old night nurse.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. So who's that? Who's that guy? Is that Fred? Fred the scratcher?
Yeah, Herman Munster.
That must be Fred the scratcher, the back scratcher.
And we like to see Daredevil actually yielding a sword as he should. Wield a sword, yo.
What issue is that? What number?
This is number 57.
I want to see who did that cover because that is not Dave. Okay. Wait to not tell me, Marvel. Good job.
Oh. I'll look and see if they're being helpful, giving us something within the first 8 pages. Wow, look at that.
Does it tell you did the cover?
It just says Alex Maleev art. It doesn't say anything different about.
You know what? That he must have done the cover. That's impressive because that does not look like a piece of his. That's beautiful though. I love that cover.
It doesn't give any credit to a cover artist, so I'm just gonna assume.
Yeah.
No.
Well, because it's funny because the issues right before and after definitely look like Alex's work, and he's credited because I'm looking at a different website now, not the Marvel website, since Marvel's own website wasn't super that helpful. What a shocker! I'm on the Grand Comic Book Database, and yes, they list all those in as Alex Maleev. So that one's got to be it.
And of course, we kind of jumped over number 37 because it was with my specials.
Oh, nice!
But
yeah, Elektra. Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
that old Frank Miller style. I love it.
Yeah, the old school outfit.
Or is that looks kind of like the Stankiewicz from Elektra Assassin art?
Oh, the Stankiewicz, yeah.
So let's see. Let me see. Then there was weird times when they did weird stuff. Beware the Daredevil.
What the hell?
I've never seen that one before.
Beware the Daredevil?
Beware the Daredevil. Number 1.
All right. Hold on a second. I got to find out.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of that one at all.
I've never seen that one either. Is that Tony Isabella doing the freaking writing? Hold on a second. Yeah. It was a one shot, apparently.
I wonder why.
Because I don't have number 2.
No, one. Yeah, beware the Daredevil one shot. That's
right,
just
so
weird.
let's see.
What year was that published, Tom? Does it say?
That was when they did chapter 1 and all those
2000.
other. Yeah.
2000. Right.
2000. Yep. The
Okay, so
terrible.
Real
sorry, Tony. As well, that's not a good looking cover.
Yeah, I had that one, Pops.
I got the foil covers of these.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, those ones.
Right?
I like those.
Oh,
I like that series. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And the names say it all. You don't have to say nothing else. The names speak for themselves.
Yep.
You know. Nice foil, nice shiny.
At least they had the names on the covers, which is helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was I mean, obviously, they were pushing that, the creators were the ones selling that title to the fans because it was the right time frame. But that was a really good use of the spot foil. Were those Man Without Fear covers? Those are really.
I'm still gonna save the best for last, but we're gonna show off a couple other things.
Okay.
Here, what the hell is The Witcher? What is that doing in here? Okay. Y'all have seen this before. What if?
That's right.
Yeah.
Electra
had lived.
Yep.
I have multiple copies of this, both newsstand and direct, and I buy it every time I see it. So, I have a lot of copies of that one.
A good one to have. If you're going to have multiples of a what if, it's that one, and then what if Wolverine had killed Hulk?
Yeah.
And what's the other one? What if
the black costume?
Oh yeah, what if there was like the 3 what ifs.
Spider-Man kept the black costume. That one.
Yeah.
But here you go. You got the Marvel Saga with
yep.
Obviously he's got his girl right there behind him.
Yep. Nice little reprint thing. You know what the sad part and really frustrating thing about the Marvel sagas that they're trying to push now is they're trying to say that those are characters' first appearances.
Oh God, cut it out.
And I'm like, no, they're telling the history of the Marvel comics.
Well, that's right.
It's a composite. It's not their first appearance. They've already appeared. These are just like, hey, look, all this other crap happened.
Yeah.
But that's how they're selling them. They're going online. They're CGCing them, or nice Marvel Age. Yeah, that's another one that they're saying is first appearances of people, and it's like, that was called an advertisement. That was their solicitation.
Oh, that's right.
Look,
Look at that. Yep. Elektra in the white.
Oh, Daredevil and the Hobgoblin. New looks for both.
Now, some of you may have never seen this.
I haven't
seen it.
Yeah, no. Ooh. Marvel AI. What the hell is that?
This is, I don't know. I've had it for a long time.
I've never seen that ever.
Yeah. Let me see. Marvel AI. No, unless it's supposed to be AL. Because
it looks like an eye. Yeah, it looks like an eye to me.
It looks like an eye to me, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's AI, and then if you look on the corner box, it says equals love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
AI equals love.
That's funny that doesn't come up at all when I do a search on it. And it doesn't help that they just released a series called Avengers AI.
Yeah, well, I've had this for a while, so this ain't. Let me get my glasses back on. This ain't nothing that just came out recently.
No, it looks like it was during the mid 2000s when they were doing a lot of the Marvel manga. I remember a lot of that
2006.
stuff. 2006. There you go. So
AI is Japanese for love.
For love. Okay. So that's a cool book, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Daredevil and Elektra, obviously. So anything I see with Elektra, I'm probably grabbing it if I don't already have it. It was something, what is that? Because just like you, I like to have that kind of shit in my collection, right? So then we have Running with the Devil, which puts Daredevil in the black costume. I freaking love the black costume, dude.
Oh, weird. So that was that like Elektra number 5 or?
Yeah, I haven't seen that one before either.
Elektra number 5, Running with the Devil.
Huh, I wonder which volume that was, because you can always tell by the logos, like what series it is, because they have to copyright the logos for
this
each time.
One. I think all of them were called Running with the Devil.
So that was like the whole storyline that they did. Yeah.
because I know number 1 has it on it, and this is number
Right.
5. So
That's number 5. Yeah. Yeah. I was
It's
never
like
a
one
fan when
story
Marvel
long.
did that with the borders when they would just have very confined art. DC did that for their miniseries Final Crisis, and I was not a fan of any of those. I was like, you're literally killing a third of the cover.
Yeah, I always liked the covers with it covered the whole page.
You guys are going to really like this one.
Without borders.
You're really going to like this one. Check this one out.
I used to have that.
It's the flashback, right?
The -1. Yep. Electra -1.
-1.
Yep. Yeah, that was all those -1s were so pointless.
Yeah.
They were fun, but they were so pointless. It was like, we don't need to know what happened before the first issue, guys. We're good.
Right.
Well, that issue that you just showed, Pops, I think that was drawn by Gene Colan, you know.
Was it one of his last things he did, maybe?
Maybe.
It says Mike Diodato.
Diodato did the cover.
Yeah, but I think Gene Colan did the artwork, Pops.
Oh, okay.
On the inside.
Yeah. Good stuff, though.
Yeah.
Let me see. What do we got here?
I could be wrong.
That was one part of comics I never, when I was young and actually read them, I never looked at who did anything. I didn't care. It was like, I got Diodato as the artist, Diodato Studio Inks, Christie Steel colors. That's it.
Huh. I must be thinking of another one.
Oh, you know what? They did do a second one.
Did they?
Yeah. So that one there, Pops.
Yeah.
So, you know what it is? It might be just a variant cover. Because I'm looking at an eBay listing, and it's Daredevil, Man Without Fear, Flashback -1. They must have done a variant covers because there's a Gene Colan cover that I think you probably saw, and that might have been either. Yeah. I would have to assume Gene's cover was the variant, and Diodato's cover was the A cover.
Ah, right. Well, that would explain it.
Yeah. No. Because I remember all those minuses, and I remember them repurposing a Colan piece. And I was thinking maybe it was just a pinup in the back, but that explains it. It was a variant cover.
Right.
So
okay, got to do some weight distribution right there. I'm gonna have a box on the floor. All right. Marvel Knights number 3.
Marvel Knights number 3. Yeah.
But I do like that team right there.
Yep.
I do like that team.
There's they did a print with I think I have it somewhere.
Look, you got the assassin, the vigilante, and the lawyer.
Yeah, so they did a print where it's Daredevil, Daredevil, Punisher, and somebody else on the Marvel Knights line, and it was a promotional poster that they gave out at different conventions, kind of hyping up the Marvel Knights line.
Right.
I can't remember who the other Marvel Knights character was, and they released the series. But
okay, who wants to go next? Who's up? Dave, you ready?
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
We got about 20 minutes or so left, and I got like 8 or 9 books here, so
Save the planet.
There you go.
Save the cheerleader, save the planet. Oh, sorry, wrong.
Save the world.
Yep, that's that's another Romita Jr.
Yeah.
Cover there.
Danger.
Lost a little bit of bulk from the last time he drew him.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a nice red cover.
Well, that's the Fall of the Mutants tie-in. That's when he's fighting the Morlocks.
That's it. Double size issue as well.
It was a 252, yeah. I think they had like 2 crossover was it Fall of the Mutants crossovers in the series. I think every series had like 2 crossovers with them.
Right.
With that whole mini storyline.
Merry Christmas, Daredevil.
There you go. Yep. So.
And this is the first appearance of Typhoid Mary, I believe.
Is that the first appearance?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm going to be surprised.
254.
Yeah,
I've got it down as first appearance of.
It probably is. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, because I definitely know she showed up during Ramita's run or Ramita Jr.'s run. So
that's that one. This is number 255.
Yep. Yep, 254. 254, her first appearance as Typhoid Mary.
Yeah.
And then they changed her name later on to Mutant Zero.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
What kind of crap is that in 2007? The Avengers, the Initiative. What a I remember that cover on the stands, on the spinner rack at the what was it? What the heck was that place called? It's like the Sip and Spin or something like that.
That is something I'd like to get hold of one day, is a spinner rack.
I had one, but it was a plastic one, and one of the bottom parts broke, and I could glue it back together. But it's one of those things where it's not going to be as strong ever again,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Bengal.
Because when I bought comics back in the 70s, there was one or two newsagents that were over here that had spinner racks at the time.
Yeah. I found a couple of them, and I'm actually going to buy one from, I think it's called Displays to Go, and it's not quite comic book size perfect, but there's one that has multiple sizes.
Right.
It has a magazine size, something that's close to comic book size, and something that's more close to digest size. Right. So it'll be a good, variety thing. So yeah,
this is another double-sized issue.
Yep.
Typhoid Mary again.
That concluded her Typhoid Mary's story arc.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that was issue 260. That one.
Yep.
Here we go. Human Torch.
There you go. Yeah.
Quite unusual to see the Human Torch on a Daredevil comic, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. He never really showed up much, which is funny because they make the big deal about them all living in New York.
No, that's right.
Yep. So there's the Inferno crossover.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Never disturb a demon.
Yep. The Inferno crossover, which is the birth of the Goblin Queen.
Yeah.
With Madeline Pryor. Actually, if you think about it, all those crossovers, the last 3 crossovers during that time frame, were all X-Men centric.
Driven.
I
like how they changed the top bits on each one.
Yeah. They were all X-Men centric because X-Men was their best selling property at the time. So, Yeah.
Baby boom.
Yep. Steve Lytle cover there. So I don't know if he did the interiors or if it was still Ramita Jr. or if Ramita Jr. needed a break.
I shall have a look and see if you like.
Yeah. Because I know he came right back on the next couple, of issues.
Believe it or not, this is Steve Ditko.
What?
Wow.
That's awesome.
Steve Ditko, penciler.
That's weird. And Nassetti. So it wasn't even a reprint thing. It was something new that he had done.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that was 1989, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder if that was around the same time that he was doing Speedball for Marvel,
Maybe.
Because obviously he was back in the fold, which is, a rarity with Ditko, with the way his career went. But I also wonder if it's one of those things to where they just had, because Marvel was notorious for having a draw of unused stories.
That's true. I believe they used to do that, didn't they?
Yeah. So people would get paid on stuff, and then they would just be in the art returns, area. And
I didn't even know that Steve Ditko had drawn that till I looked at it.
I had no clue. The funny thing was I remember seeing that issue on the rack, and I don't think I bought it because it didn't look like Ramita Jr. I was buying Daredevil because of the art at the time.
Yeah.
And it was such a strong departure that I was like, no, I don't want this. Whereas now I wish I had kept it, So, yeah.
So I'm just going to go up to 270 and then I'll pass over again. This is number 267.
Yep, 267. I think that's is that Rot Gut again?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's such a
Could be. 268.
Daredevil had such weird things. Oh no, that was Bullet. Sorry, Bullet had shown up in an earlier issue too.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he had such weird villains.
Yeah.
But they would always come. They would always come back like numerous times, but they were totally forgetful. You know, like you didn't care.
The funny thing to me with Daredevil's people are so many of them were people that he put away in court as well.
Right. So it had that
You
double.
do a very good job. These guys keep getting out fucking with you.
They're super villains. What are you gonna do? You know.
One with Spider-Man, guest starring Spider-Man. It's number 270. That one.
So that was is that the first appearance of Blackheart, or is that just an early one?
I think it might be a first appearance. I'm not sure.
I'm going to jump into the Marvel database and see if they help me this time. Which one was that? 270?
Yeah, 270. That one.
Yeah, it's Blackheart's first appearance, and has had an appearance with Mephisto. So yeah,
Right,
Jr. and Williamson.
That's me. Finished those ones.
Nice. So, all right, so I got just a small handful of Elektra stuff that I pulled.
Yeah, we're gonna end it good because that's what I got too.
Yeah. We might have some of the same stuff there, Pops. I'm just gonna say, you know,
That's okay.
because I have
You
good
might.
stuff. So obviously,
me and Dave
Elektra
have showed stuff side by side. Oh, I have that whole series, but I didn't break it up yet.
So the funny thing is, I actually had the whole series at one point in time, and then I went into the winds, you know, somewhere, and I just recently picked this one up again. And
I
was
had
like,
bought the series
I'd
at a
forgotten how
con.
good the art was. You
I
know,
had bought the series at a con all in one bag, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
got home, and the only one that wasn't damaged was the one on top, number one. The
Oh,
rest of them all had a messed up corner, right?
Oh.
So I had to go get them again. But then a friend was like, "Dude, I'll take them. I don't care if they're damaged."
yeah.
So you know, I mean,
Yeah.
I sold them to him for the same price that I paid for them, and you know, it was a good deal. It was just
Right. Oh,
made
yeah.
me mad that they were all damaged.
All
you
dinged up. Yeah. Yeah. So then I also got this one. This is another number one. What year was this come out?
I can't believe I'm gonna show something Dave didn't show.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what year this came out. This trying to see.
Because I don't think you showed this when we were talking about Batman either. So
Right.
So
yes,
Elektra.
I have that,
I just like the cover composition on this one.
dude.
Yeah.
I have the Scotty Young cover. I have like 6 or 7 of the number
Yeah.
one covers of that run right there.
But,
like I said, I pick up everything I see with the Electra on it if I
Yeah.
can. So
But this guy, Michael Del Mundo, did the artwork and it's in the interior artwork, and it's actually pretty good. It's, you know, it's funny because I literally picked it up just because of the cover. I bought it on an auction type of thing. And the interior artwork is actually, it's you know, Pops, it's very reminiscent to, you know, when people pick up Elektra, they're trying to almost replicate the Sienkiewicz stuff, you know,
right.
because he had such an influence on the character, you know, that a lot of people look at it and they go like, oh, I just want to keep doing what he was doing. And then the last thing is a Sienkiewicz thing. So I don't think you have this one, Pops.
No, I do not.
It's the Sienkiewicz sketchbook from 2019, or is it 2010 that I picked up from Bill. So
That's beautiful.
signed by him right down there on the bottom. Oop, can't see that there. Yep.
We can see
I
it.
got from the San Diego, and it's just basically a sketchbook of incredible Bill Sienkiewicz art.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Very nice. That.
So,
Very nice.
it was,
All right,
you know,
so I have a granddaughter who's a huge Electra fan, and everything comes in the door with Electra on it. She's like, "That's mine. That's mine." So I'm gonna start by showing a little bit of the wall. We have Marseille. Oh, I guess I got to big myself. Hold on.
yeah, big yourself up.
We have Marseille Phillips did
Right.
that Electra. There's one up above the TV that you can barely see, and I don't have enough cord, but There's Sean Howe up there. This one right here is one of my favorites. It's
Superman and
no, it's Super Pops, bro. It's Super Pops and Electra saying, "Super Pops, my hero." I love it. Up there in the corner, that one is a Jonathan Brooks, and that one is the first time I ever tried to draw anything.
Nice.
And that's my Electra that I drew. Okay. But we also have Ernest McClendon did this for Sophia.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
You know,
nice use of grayscale.
Dude, he did one for all the kids. He did Ant-Man for the boys, and he did Jean Grey for a bunch of all this style. He did a Thor for me. Amazing stuff. Dude's awesome. He's in the madness. Ernest McClendon. He does commissions. Y'all check him out. Let me do my job. I got something you all didn't show.
I remember that.
I remember it too. I remember it.
Daredevil and Batman. Dun, 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 dun.
I haven't got it, but I remember it.
Yep.
Now, this is where it gets fun, yo. Number 172.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Another early bullseye.
Bullseye.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. There it is. Okay, Kingpin, Bullseye. All right. The entire New York mob and Daredevil.
Yep.
Okay. So we will go right to the real deal.
Yep.
Number 175.
I remember that one.
Me too.
And yes, this one is a well-loved, well-read comic because obvious reasons, right?
Yeah.
This is my girl. Now, if you remember when they did the these not for resale.
Oh, from the toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did that come with?
Yeah,
This is number 176. I think it came with an Electra action figure, but I'm not sure. It could have been Daredevil.
Could have been a Daredevil, yeah.
But like back there on the wall, I have an Electra action figure that Sophia's after me. I want to open it. No. Can't open it till I'm gone. When I'm gone, you do whatever you want with it. I know it's mine. Up there, I have an Electra Hot Wheel on top of the bookcase.
Oh, yeah. I remember
There,
those.
the Electra Hot Wheel car. Same thing. When can I open it? When I'm gone. Give me a look. You'll get it. You'll get it all. Let's see. Number 180. And you know what this one is leading up to?
Yep.
Was that a glow in the dark cover?
No, it just had that look to it. That was
I don't think so. I don't think
that was way before way before gimmick stuff. That was during the
Speaking of gimmick stuff, who can tell me about this?
Bye Electra.
No. Look.
Well, it's a reprint.
It's the reprint.
It's a reprint.
It's the reprint. Paid $4.99 for that. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Paid 10 cents for this one.
You know what's interesting though? I never even realized this before. So, and I'm looking at a version of that cover. So the interesting thing about that is that that's a newsstand, right?
Yes.
So it just has. If you look at the top, it's just the straight box.
Yeah.
The direct version, the direct edition, it's a diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a diamond with it. And I was like, I never noticed that before until just now because I've always had the diamond one, and I was always wondering, So yeah, that's a good one to have at newsstand.
Now this is one of the ones that was in that big collection that we bought.
Oh, really? Nice.
Okay, there was a couple gems that Mark Jewelers that we just found earlier. Okay, there were some gems in there. I knew about this one. It was in my.
Oh yeah. That's a reason to buy the collection.
Yes,
you got that one book in there. You're like, I'll take everything else too.
Yeah. Actually, I think the one that got me was Web of
Spidey.
The black and white. I think it's number 8. It's a black and white background.
Black and white cover
with black suit Spider-Man, and it was like,
yeah,
we'll take it. We'll take it all. I just saw that one cover and I was like, yeah, they didn't pull everything good out of here. Okay, let's just take it, And we went and talked about it, and then we ended up coming home with them all. And now we have 3 times that many books, but
Oh yeah.
Then
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh yeah, because that's after she croaks.
That's right.
there it is, number 182.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think I won this one in a trivia contest or something.
Nice.
Good stuff, yo.
Yeah, no, that's a good one to have. 180 to 182. Those are the beyond the first 10 Daredevils.
Yeah, you got to have those 3: 180, 181, 182.
Yep.
Good stuff. Great show, guys. Look,
Yeah.
Thomas, you're welcome to join us anytime. I don't know what we're going to do next week, Dave. What are we going to do next week, Dave?
I was thinking the artwork, the Marvel artwork of Alex Ross.
Random Alex Ross stuff.
Yeah.
See, but that puts me looking for all kinds of difference. I'd be in every box and every drawer.
Unless you have a suggestion, Pops.
Well, I'd like to keep it more like if we, pick a character. That way we can just know we go to that one place and all our stuff is there. You say
We can
Alex
do that.
Ross did a lot of covers of a lot of stuff, man.
We
He's
did,
all over
yeah,
the moon.
we can do it. We can do another title, yeah.
So I got one print thing to show.
Oh,
I kept it mostly comic bookies until the end, and so I got this recently from Joe Jusko.
oh, look at that.
So this was a origin piece that he did for the Marvel Masterworks set, and I believe this was one of the chase cards in there that he blew up, and I got it in 2018 from him. So
That's beautiful.
yeah,
That's really nice.
super cool. And then I've also got another set of prints, and I'm just going to show one of them because I don't want to sit here and try to open them all up because they're ridiculous and stupid.
Oh, look at that.
So this was
2003. That's 20 years ago.
Yep. This is from the movie. This is Mr.
It's
Ben
the
Affleck.
Affleck.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah. So they did.
I went to see
4.
that film at the cinema. That.
Yeah. So they did 4
It's
of
the
them.
Bat Devil or
Yep.
something.
They did a set of 4 different prints. So they did Daredevil. They did basically all the main characters: Daredevil, Bullseye, Colin Farrell in his horrible version of Bullseye, and then they also did Kingpin and Elektra. Jennifer Gardner as Elektra,
Right. Which is also the most watered down. Dude, look, everybody complains about Marvel movies. I'm an Elektra fan. They ruined my girl 30 years ago. All right. They watered down Elektra right from the beginning in the very first movie and turned her into a wet nurse.
Did you actually ever see the director's cut of Elektra?
Yeah.
It was actually, that was a lot better than what they released in the theaters for sure. It was still not great, but it was way better in terms of her story arc.
I was just disappointed that they took this assassin and turned her into a wet nurse in her first appearance on the big screen.
Yeah, but again, they're trying to make her the hero, so that's exactly what you have to do. You can't actually have her be an assassin and be the hero. No.
She wasn't a hero.
I know, but
She was an anti-hero, wasn't she?
You're an anti-hero, but you can't do anti-heroes for the most part in theater and cinema because it doesn't translate well. So,
but you know what I'm saying. It's like I was a fan of Elektra Assassin. This is my Elektra, not this.
So,
you know what I mean?
Pops, I got an entire set of all 4 of them that I can send out to you do as a giveaway for the madness.
Let's save them for CromCon.
There you go. So I've got a whole one of each of the.
There's no reason for you to send them to me and then me have to send them to somebody else. Just
that's fine. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we'll do some kind of a giveaway during CromCon this month, and you can come out and give them away. And
there you go.
Thomas, I don't mean to nag, but get me a freaking video.
and with you nagging me, I've also got the upcoming Kickstarter coming up.
Yes.
Let me actually drop it in a little.
See, Committed Comics Show right there.
So I just dropped the tiny URL in there. So I don't know if you want to have it scroll
I got it
on there.
Paste that thing for you real quick.
Paste that, yep. And so it's a 90s style action adventure book, very similar to like the early Image type stuff from the 90s. Strong female lead character. She's basically got dragons, magic, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's going to be launching on January 10th. So that will...
It's tomorrow then, is it? Oh, the day after tomorrow.
One more day for us that are here.
Do you want to come out tomorrow and during Monday Madness and the pre-launch?
I can. Well, no, not tomorrow. It's actually Tuesday, the 10th.
I know. That's what I said. To hype it the day before. It's like in the afternoon. Like,
what time is that usually?
We go from 3 to 5 Eastern, which would be noon to 2 your time.
Noon to 2. I can see if I can pop in for a second or two. Yeah. I don't know if I can. It's, day job and stuff like that. So it's like,
you are more than welcome, my friend.
Yeah.
Look, you are one of our sponsors. Anytime you want to pop in on the show and go remind me about something or whatever, you're more than welcome, man. This is your platform, bro. You help build it. So,
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. So we're just I'm putting, that was one I was doing right before I jumped on the stream, as I was doing the final touches on the campaign, on the rewards, doing all the funkiness, which is, never done. I can spend another 15 hours on it, still not be done.
Today was kind of a bonus for me because I found a couple things going through that I didn't realize I had. So I think I'm going to stick with this show for a little bit.
There you go.
But I still want to have guests. I still want people like Thomas, anybody else that wants
It's been nice to have Tom on today.
Yeah. I still want to have guests on and have everybody have this available to everybody to come out and show off. If you hear we're doing a character or something that you're really interested in and you want to show your stuff, come on out.
There you go. It's just fun. Doesn't matter if you have one or two things or 1,000 things. It's still fun
because at the end of the day, there's still plenty to discuss, even if you don't have a lot to show.
Yeah.
As well.
So most of my collection at this point focuses on around one or two different artists for the most part now. One of them being here, and I'll grab this. This is somebody replicating it, but
oh, look at that!
My good buddy Darkside. We're just chilling. This is by a guy, Roy AK Studios. So he's on Instagram and he does woodcuts. So it's actually kind of cool because he'll draw them, he'll paint it on there, in the style of an artist, and then he'll assemble them. So this is actually, you can see it's almost like 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
It's two different pieces that he's affixed together. And this is the fifth one that he did. He has things on his Instagram, and it's just like you go through it. It's like he did a Galactus, and it was like 14 pieces, just the head. Because he does it with layers to make it look larger than life.
Yeah.
We have a guy in the group called Tobias Kodachrome.
Yes.
He makes the window, like the window.
The box art with the covers.
Those are so awesome, dude.
Those are very cool.
Look, great stuff. Tom, thanks again for coming out, man.
No
Appreciate
problem.
you, brother.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
What are we going to do next week? What are we going to do?
I shall let you pick, Pops, a character if you want.
Well, Thomas just said he's only got a couple things that he focuses on. What do you focus on, Thomas?
So a lot of it is Kirby related, Kirby centric. Jack
Kirby.
Right.
I've got plenty of Kirby.
Yeah, you guys don't even need me for that show. Serious business.
So, I got a bunch of Kirby stuff, and then it usually focuses on I've got pretty much everything Terry Moore's ever did. Strangers in Paradise and Rachel Rising and all his entire universe, and then a lot of the independent guys. I've actually noticed that I get more of their stuff.
Well, me too now.
Yeah.
I think that goes for a lot of people now.
Yeah.
But
my two big characters, that I've always been a fan of, I've always been buying, is Captain America and Green Lantern. Those two have always been just, I don't know why. Captain America has just always interested me in Green Lantern. I love Green Lantern, and then when I found out, when they started to explore the core
Right.
Wait, there's like billions of Green Lanterns and they all have different looks. This is awesome.
Yeah.
You know. And so yeah, that's it. But I mean, again, I also have just a metric fuck ton of other stuff just randomly going around.
If you want to come back out next week, we can do Green Lantern. I can pull some Green Lantern.
Yeah, I've got a few of those as well.
You got a handful of those, Dave? Yeah.
I've
got some nice oddball stuff for Green Lantern, which is always fun.
Now, anytime you guys want to go artist and eccentric, you're allowed to, but to me, it would be like going through way.
Well, that's one of those things where, you know, again, you don't pull the whole run of stuff. You literally just pull particular things.
Yeah.
You know. So
I mean, I've got plenty of art books and various types of books as well. You see, so they cover various artists as well. You know.
Yeah. That's yeah. So I can come back.
We can do some Green Lantern next week then. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Okay.
All right. We'll make that a plan. We'll do Green Lantern next weekend, y'all. Tune in because I actually have some pretty cool Green Lantern stuff. I think.
Pops is flexing.
I mean, I don't have like super keys or anything like that, but you know, some of that stuff that, like I said, that was in that huge collection. It's like I ended up getting some cool stuff. You know.
Hi, Doc. I see. Doc's just popped in.
And that huge collection, we bought that like back in 2018 or 2019.
Right.
Oh wow.
Have been building off it ever since and filling in holes on like the stuff we cared about, right? You know what I mean? I think we're only like a couple issues short of the full Web of Spider-Man series, and you know, it's like there's certain things that were really cool about that collection. We got really close to having full runs of stuff, you know. So, what's up to Doc? Doc. That's who is just trying to call me, and Doc. If you want to meet me in the backstage when this is over in about 5, I got you. But yeah, it is good to see you, Dave. I hope you had a good holiday. Thomas, I hope you had a great holiday.
Very quiet holiday. Didn't do much. It was very nice.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot either.
I went from a really crappy end of 2022 to a really great beginning of 2023. So
that's all you
got
need.
to roll with it. You know,
all you need to do is make sure that you are better off on January 1st than you were the year before.
Yeah.
That's it. As long as you're better off on that day comparison, you're winning.
Well, I had a setback, but nothing that we can't overcome. Like for me, it's speed bumps. I call those things speed bumps. And you slow down, and you slow down. You look around, you high center yourself up on top of it, and you peel out. You know, it's like, okay.
Pop's not driving. Someone else drive.
Yeah, I'm from the age of muscle cars, bro. What can I tell you? Pretty much everything I ever owned went fast.
There you go.
You know, but yeah, great show, guys. I will definitely set up the show for next week as soon as I have a free minute, and look forward to seeing you guys again.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nice chatting to you both.
We're gonna drop a couple more commercials on you that we didn't play earlier, and then we're gonna be out. Did I play Docs? Yeah, I played Docs earlier.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
It's only because he's right there, you know.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
We did play yours at the beginning of the show, Doc. So I'm gonna give Abbo Grizzly some love.
Bringing you sex, sass, and style. Buckle up and unlock your imagination for a fun adventure with these death-dealing dames. They sail the galaxy in search of spoils. The most dangerous acquisition, and the most fruitful, are the legendary Splinters of Yggdrasil. The Splinters are magical artifacts forged from the Tree of Life that wreak havoc on the universe. The missions are perilous, but the bounty is glorious. Enjoy our hyper-fictional wonderland. How is a pirate ship sailing through space? 'Cause magic. How do they heal so quickly after battle? 'Cause magic. How are they able to communicate through jewelry? 'Cause magic. It's all about the characters. Abbo, rough, robotic, ready. Mo, carefree, callous, courageous. Mistress Graven. Daring, diplomatic, dominating. Betsy. Academic, accountable, aristocratic. Nefara. Ancient, assured, adrenaline junkie. Bruto. Proud, prominent, protective. Fisty. Independent, incendiary, invigorating. Roxy. Superficial, scarred, secretive. Once you get to know this diverse crew of mythical miscreants, you'll be anxious to find out what trouble they'll get into on the next episode. Go to abogrizzly.com and order both halves of the first episode today.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought, with it being such a unique thing, that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. Things like that. And it's just a unique film of him.
He says, I beat you. He says, they say we came in under the dead heat. He says, that's not true because I beat you. And the American said, well, he says, if you like to think so, he says, but I know the real story. He says, I know I clearly won that one. See?
America's southern border has become a war zone. Human traffickers, drug smugglers, and terrorists flow across the Rio Grande with impunity, secure in the knowledge that no one will stop them. A distant federal government lectures Americans on their privilege while punishing overworked Border Patrol agents who were helpless to stem the tidal wave of invaders and determined migrants. Second-generation Cuban-American Marcos Zamora is a military vet, more patriotic than most Americans. No longer able to ignore the chaos at his doorstep, he acts. Joined by his best friend Gus, they hit the border every night, saving lives while stopping violent drug cartels and other opportunists. The government reacts with fury at Marcos' attempts to preserve American sovereignty, deploying the full might of their enforcement agencies. But Marcos understands that the only thing the rich and powerful fear is bad publicity, and he records every encounter. Whoever he is, this private American must be stopped. Illustrated by Richard Bonk and written by Eisner winner Mike Barron, Private American is his version of Captain America, and maybe a little Punisher, taking part in this ongoing, violent, and very real battle of good versus evil in the war for American sovereignty. Grab your copy at theprivateamerican.com.
We have a secure border, and that is a priority for our administration.
The doctor is in, baby. This is Doc Blalock, and you're watching the Madness Comic Network.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands are great.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals.